And what is true about Mars, it's interesting actually, because we know something about the history of Mars now, quite a lot about the history of Mars. And it's certainly clear that there was water, almost certainly oceans, rivers. So, and that water is almost certainly still there. So I would say certainly still there.
Well, they have found large quantities of ice now, right?
Yeah, so there's certainly ice. There may even be pockets of liquid water below the surface somewhere. So couple that with all the minerals and the resources that we know are there, and you have everything you need. So that's the thing about Mars. It's quite nice relative to everywhere else other than the Earth. You can't go to Venus, right? You just melt. It's, what is it, 400 and something degrees and 90 atmospheric pressure.
Yeah.
So Mars is quite nice. But I wouldn't go there. I agree with you.
What's
it's not
the gravity of Mars in relationship to the Earth?
It's what is it, about a third, I think.
Third.
Right, yeah, something like that.
So it would still have a significant weakening effect. Like if you went to Mars and then somehow or another in the future they were able to get back to Earth, your body would have a real problem with that, right?
It would, but there is still gravity. Maybe it's a bit more than a third. I can't quite remember, but it's something like that. But yeah, so there's still gravity. Right. So there's gravity. There's some protection from you'd probably want to live in the caves actually, or something like that, because there's no magnetic field there, so it's quite a high radiation environment, but not too bad. It's further from the sun than we are. It's not too. There are places on Mars. There's a very deep crater called Hellas, which is a big impact basin, and at the bottom, it's so deep you could fit Everest in it. So you put Mount Everest in there, the summit of Everest wouldn't reach the rim of the crater. So it's something like, I don't know what it is, 7 miles deep or something, 6 miles deep. So you could go there, and at the bottom, the atmospheric pressure is so high that you could just about have liquid water occasionally on the floor of that crater. And it's quite warm sometimes. It can be 20 degrees.
Really?
Yeah, there, Celsius.
Wow. So better than Minnesota right now.
Exactly.
Minnesota's experiencing a serious cold front.
That's right, yeah. So it can be warmer than Minnesota. And so there are places where it's not horrendous on Mars. So the Martian is kind of realistic in that sense.
Sort of.
Bits of it.
Do you watch those movies and shake your head?
I like them. I like science fiction,
Right.
So yeah, I don't sit there. I grew up with Star Wars. That was when I was 9 years old or something like that.
It's
so I don't
funny
sit there
watching
going,
it
I just
now.
don't.